Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Today I want to talk about a topic of confrontation. You know, there's two ways to look at it. Sometimes we have spouses or kids that just don't like confrontation. It gives them anxiety, they don't want to deal with it. And sometimes you as a bystander will just look and say, what is your problem? Why didn't you tell that person? Blah, blah, blah. And it is frustrating sometimes. It is because, you know, when you have a person you're married to that's very peaceful and always looks at the brighter things, the good things, and then there's you looking at maybe the truthful things. So sometimes you will conflict. But in truth, I can see where people won't bother to confront. And the reason is it may be just a waste of energy, a waste of space, a waste of peace. And, you know, for a long time, I have to be honest with you, I was such a feisty one when I was younger, and the older I'm getting, I'm picking and choosing my battles to what's really worth confronting. It's very, very important to understand when it's time to confront somebody and when it's just best to just walk away and let it go. If there is somebody that's never going to get it, no matter what you try to say, why are you banging your head against the wall? Don't bother, because they're still going to think what they're going to think. People are going to say what they want to say, regardless. You could be the nicest person in the world to people, and they're still going to talk about you, or they're going to have an opinion of you. And I've learned I don't look at comments too much when I see certain things, because people are always going to be nasty, and they're going to have an opinionated way about you. You know who you are. Now, I am going to flip it, though. Sometimes we need to confront certain people to have the end of peace. You're going to say, what? Yeah, it is going to be very important to confront. As peaceful as you are, and you want to be a peaceful soul, in order to really gain everlasting peace, you're going to have to confront once and for all to gain that peace. And that's where you have to say to yourself, is it worth me saying something once and for all? The answer is yes. Letting things slide, picking your battles, absolutely. But there are times when they say, don't make a fool out of me. You have to speak up and say what's on your mind. Not for them, for you. So when you confront, that's the first step to having your everlasting peace. You may have to sit there and severance ties with somebody over it. Fine. Say what you have to say and then just move on. Will you lose somebody, a good friend that you thought? Maybe you need to. But you have to find, there's a line, there's a boundary, and there are limits to what you need to take. So if you're driving in the car and somebody cuts you off, let it go. Let it go. Yes, they could have caused an accident. They could have caused you an accident. Take a deep breath. That's what I'm learning every day. But things that need to be addressed once and for all that you've never addressed, and you need to say what you need to say and speak your mind, is very, very important. Because if you don't, and it keeps going on and on and on, and you're taking it in, you're robbing yourself of the peace that you so deserve. So understanding confrontation when it needs to be dealt with, and when some things just need to just let go. But what I really learned throughout my life is if it really needs to be addressed and you need to really put closure to something, speak your mind. The other things that aren't a waste, you know, people are going to have their opinions, their ways of doing things. Don't bother. It's just that simple. When you can differentiate between the two, you're going to be a lot more peaceful within yourself. So I hope it gave you a little food for thought of confrontation, okay? Because these days, people are more testy now than ever. And you have to know when it's time to speak up and when it's time to let things slide. But knowing the difference between the two is priceless. I hope this helps you. Enjoy the rest of your week and more things to come. Subscribe to Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All right? You take care and have a very blessed rest of the week. Bye-bye.